Yeah, we didn't have any idea what we were doing organizationally, and I'm not an organized person.
In TransAm.
In TransAm, we're starting from zero. We didn't really have a game plan, but we had Michael Kinney, who's a very organized person. He'd thought about it for years. He knew what he wanted to do with the course, and he was clever about scouting everything in person, every turn, seeing it the way the runner would see it on the course. You had the finish line outside the high school gym, you shower, and you go to the basketball court, lay out your bedroll and sleep. And he kept it simple, and you won't believe what people can do if you just put out the aid station, which Michael had them all laid out every 2 miles with the turns and the distance. When you know what you're going to get, even if it's just very little, and you can keep moving, you get the 1,000-mile rule is in effect, and you get better. But he had to lie on all the permits and say, oh, it's not going to be a race, no. And we've got insurance, which we did. It's just going to be a fun run. You know, some guys want to run across America, and you have to absolutely lie till you're blue in the face, and I wouldn't have known that. But Michael was like a lot of people who are good at what they do. You know, they can play a little dirty when they have to. They can tell a few lies and get the thing done. And I was naive and optimistic, but I was a guy who saw what the average person can do, because I'm a very average runner. I wanted a race that people could finish, and boy, they didn't let me down. It really shows how much of the nomad is still in us. We haven't changed a bit.
How many transcontinental races have you race directed?
Well, I wasn't officially the race director for all the ones, but me and Michael were basically a two-man top team. So that was 4, and then in Australia, Trans-America Footrace in 92 to 95. So first year I was officially the race director, and he was the race manager, and the last 3 years he was officially the race director and I was the race manager. But yeah, it was just a two-man deal. There wasn't any other real substructure. And then Australia, again, my uncle backed us for loans for both events. Australia in 2001 was the 5th one I did. I hired Bernie Farmer of Canberra to be the race director, and my official title, I would say, was an organizer or something. Yeah, I'm proud of my work, but I'm mostly proud that the runners showed what could be done. I failed to show like a larger purpose, but I think as the years go by, people are seeing, they can look at the numbers and say, well, these are fairly average runners in some cases who had the greatest run of their life, or these are good runners who continue to long careers, and people see that it doesn't kill you to do these long distances, it only makes you stronger in most cases.
Tell us a little bit about mobility as instinct.
Okay, my theory, and I gave a lot of my theory of mobility as instinct, which you can just Google. I tried to give evidence that there's this inner nomad, just like most of us can fight if we have to defend ourselves. We can gather food if we're forced into a situation where we have to live off the land, because we always had to do that. Part of us is like this nomadic character who can cover long distances really well. We're not fast. Stamina is our thing. And we've spread out all over the world, and I think the evidence is there. The way we adapt to very high altitude, our aerobics are just off the charts. Physically we're strong, but it's really our stamina that's the amazing thing, and it's absolutely not an accident.
Is there any kind of course of action that mobility as instinct suggests for people?
Again, I think more is better in a general sort of way, but I think people need to understand they have to get out there and connect with this part of them. We don't get to vote on who we are, and if this is one of our biggest characteristics, a real priority, and I believe that, you're going to have to lace up the sneakers, get out there and walk and run, soak up that fresh air, just feel the instinct to get out there, because you're wasting your time trying to deny that that's what you need to be doing. Some people can stay healthy without walking and running, but not many.